good way to get your bum right next to the floor. So if I sit right next to the wall with my hips, then I just swing my legs up, my bum will pretty much be right at the wall. Now, if you cannot get your legs straight without major discomfort in this position, then just walk your bum a little bit away from the wall to get a comfortable position where you can straighten your legs, okay? I say okay as if someone's gonna be like, okay, I get it. Sarah, if you could just say okay for me every time I ask a question and say okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do is try and get ourselves centered. And so, if you were in the gym and we were doing this together, I would look at you from the top and see if you're lined up. Because we did in the class, some people would lie down and we'd be coaching and say, okay, do you feel centered? Yes, I do. But they'd actually be, like a little bit crooked. So, get feeling centered, but then even have somebody look at you and see if you're, sort of squared. So shoulders stacked over your hips, knees, ankles. And then what we're going to do is try to kind of lengthen our spine a little bit. So almost like we're being pulled from the crown of our head, making ourselves nice and long, not shrugging and not getting tense, but just really trying to lengthen, trying to push my tailbone towards the wall and my head straight out this way. And keeping my ribs down. So I don't want to get my ribs flaring up, keeping those ribs down. And then we're just going to ease into it, kind of do a little alternating march on the wall, sliding our heels, and this is always done bare feet or sock feet. Then we're going to bring both our legs up and we're going to reach. We're going to pull our toes towards us, so this is called dorsiflexion. Then we're going to invert our feet, so turning the soles of our feet towards one another. And then we also internally rotate our thighs a little bit, but our toes shouldn't touch. So our toes come close, but they don't touch. So what I'm doing right now is I'm reaching through my heel as high as I can. I'm pulling my toes towards me. I'm turning the soles of my feet towards each other. I'm reaching through the crown of my head. I'm tucking my chin in a little bit. So there's actually a lot of tension going on. I'm trying to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth without losing any of that reaching, pressing through sort of through my sacrum, pressing my sacrum into the floor without flaring my ribs. Then I'm going to reach up towards the ceiling with my hands, and we always externally rotate. So I extend my wrists, again, reaching through my fingers, extending my wrists, turning into external rotation, which is this way. So reaching. Then what I'm going to do is bring my arms overhead, but still breathing, still reaching, keeping my ribs down, pressing my sacrum into the floor, pulling my toes up, trying not to shrug, trying to get my thumbs to the floor, just like that, lightly touching, reaching. Now I'm looking with my eyes down at my cheekbones, looking at my cheekbones with my eyes, because there's fascia in the muscles that control your eyes, if you can believe it. And we're engaging that. Breathing, and I'm going to try to hold this for a minute, but like I never stop. I'm always reaching. Breathing.